name's Chris Baker with Baker DMM, and this is our video coaching newsletter. Topic of today's newsletter is going to be Wells Fargo email scam. And before we jump into our discussion, I want to read you a statistic from lifewire.com, and it states that phishing scams are the most widespread internet and email scams today. It is the modern day sting con game. Phishing is where digital thieves lure you into divulging your password information through convincing emails and web pages. These phishing emails and web pages, and sometimes attachments, resemble legitimate credit authorities like Citibank, eBay, or PayPal. And what I want to talk to you about is, I was giving a presentation a few months ago, and a woman who attended the presentation came up to me afterwards and asked me a question about an email that she received from Wells Fargo. And actually, I have it printed out here. And she was really concerned about this email. She was really worried about, what they wanted or why they wanted to contact her. And she really was looking to get my help or guidance or thoughts on on what she should do. And in looking at the email, one of the first things, in scanning through it at the top, it says Wells Fargo Online, that's the sender. But then when you look next to where the actual email name was, and for the technical part or name, it's local part at domain. And for the local part, the name was nagashishu.ruthra at alcorn.co.in. And generally, if you're going to get an email from your financial institution, whether it's Wells Fargo or PayPal or Bank of America or whatever bank you're at, you always check to make sure that that domain is actually the real, the domain of your institution. Maybe you want to check prior emails that you've received from them, or maybe even actually call the bank and say, hey, I've got this email from this unusual domain, unusual name and or domain, and can you verify this is from you all? So that was one warning sign. And then as we got into the actual paragraph, I read through it, and there were a couple things that jumped out, and I'll read it to you. It says, we are sorry, comma, capital W. So that's a spelling error. It shouldn't be capital. And it's kind of unusual to start an email with we are sorry. We are sorry, comma, we with a capital W. We have noticed an error activity on your Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is spelled with a lowercase w. Wells Fargo online banking services. We advise. Again, the language, the usage is a little bit unusual for your common, North American, United States English language. And there's a misspelling. It should be advice if they were going to use that, not advice, advice. We advise you to verify your Wells Fargo account, and then a S in the parentheses, now using the Wells Fargo account verification page. To verify your account, please download attachment. And again, account, please, and download are all capitalized. And open in a browser to continue. Continues capitalized. We value your privacy and your preferences. Failure to abide by these instructions may subject you to Wells Fargo, again it's lowercase Wells Fargo, online restrictions or inactivity. And for this particular woman, she really didn't understand. And and so to some of you out there, you might think, wow, this is silly, this is funny, or I can't believe someone would even fall for this. And for most people, that's true. We would get this, we would be able to say, you know what, this is just bogus, it's not real. But for some people out there, it can particularly for those that are aging, think about it. People, just like our bodies decline, our mental capacity can decline. And particularly for people that are aging and maybe in the 70s and 80s and 90s and hundreds and up, a lot of times their financial capacity can decline. And that means they can still dress and present themselves well out in public or with family or friends. And if you had a conversation on the street, you think, oh, wow, this person's doing really well. But financial capacity really relates to the ability to determine whether or not something is right or wrong, or whether or not someone's trying to scam you. and it specifically relates to your ability to understand financial concepts and paying bills, reconciling your checkbook, and really making good, sound financial decisions. And then additionally, you have Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, arthritis, you've got vision problems, you've got people that have had strokes where they have memory impairment, and then you have people that are maybe depressed or maybe have a substance abuse problem. And any one of these issues, I mean, it could really make it difficult for someone to get this email and to read through this email and to be able to determine whether or not it's real or not. And the scary thing is, if you don't, and you click on it, like in this case, luckily the woman didn't click on it, that typically there's going to be like a malware or some sort of virus within that email, and then they can hack into your computer and gosh, who knows what else they could do within that once they're in your computer. I mean, they can get all your data, they can lock your computer down, and the list goes on and on. So the issue is phishing emails, online digital thieves. And a vulnerable population, particularly with the aging, people with disabilities, all the different issues that I just mentioned, from Alzheimer's to Parkinson's and so on, arthritis and vision problems and stroke victims. And really the solution to that is these people need help from people, the trusted family or friends, or companies like a Baker DMM that can help provide that financial monitoring and be that someone to talk to if they ever have questions. Just like this woman came up to us and to me at our presentation, people need someone to talk to. They need someone to say, hey, I've got this deal, I've got this email, I got this phone call, someone knocked on my door. Is this real? Is this legitimate? Is this right? Or is it actually real? And should I give them my money? And then that independent third party or that trusted family or friend, they can help be that extra set of eyes and ears for this senior or this disabled person and say, yes, this is a good deal, or no, this is a bad deal, don't do it, this is a scam. And that way we can help protect these people and their finances. So if you found this video helpful or interesting, please feel free to share it on all of your social media channels. You can share it with your family or friends, neighbors, or really whoever you think might benefit from viewing this information. And if you ever have a question for me that you'd like me to answer in one of our video coaching newsletters, feel free to shoot me an email. You keep it to 2 to 3 paragraphs, or maybe a couple hundred to 2 to 300 words, and I will try to answer your question in one of our upcoming newsletters. And if you'd ever like to get my help personally, the quickest and easiest way is to go to our website, www.bakerdmm.com, scroll to the top, click on Request an Appointment, fill out your information, hit send, and I will be in touch with you in 24 to 48 hours. And until then, I will talk to you all soon.